here. This is actually quite a massive undertaking to get it looking nice. Now, we haven't done the archways here, and I likely will at some point. I'm hesitant to leave too many details unfinished. Hello everyone, Thranxes here, and welcome back to Minecraft episode 4, where we are going to have to put in the work for our next endeavor, as it's a pretty significant one. At this point, we're still dedicated to getting the village on the far side of the map up and running, and to do that, or to facilitate that rather in an easier way, we need some quick transportation. So on top of linking it in the nether, we also need a way to get our llamas there fairly easily so that we can do big trades once we have all of our traders lined up and established. So for this episode, what I'm mostly working on and have been working on for the last couple days is kind of a highway in the overworld to make this happen. Now, as such, I'm not going to be able to show the whole construction process because, good night, it has been pretty significant. But the thing of note is that we are pretty much out of melted stone. And so for that reason, we're going to need to get ourselves a good bit of cobblestone and turn it into melted stone so that we can continue making our stone bricks. The only problem is we're out of cobblestone. We're out of pretty much all those resources, so it seemed like a good enough time to get some strip mining done. And of course, we're not going to really spend too much time doing this on camera, but I figured this would be a good place to start the episode. So I'm going to get a good significant chunk of some strip mining done here, try to go with a lot of cobblestone in our inventory, and then I'll show you what we have so far, and we'll work on demonstrating some of the niftier sections of our little highway. So I'm going to fill up on cobblestone and goodies, and then I'll bring you outside. Alright, so at this point we just need to start smelting some of this stone. And looks like we've got a good bit of iron as well now. And we're just going to start processing all of this into stone bricks. Looks like we've got quite a bit of redstone, which is good, and then gold. We're stockpiling all of this for the rail system we're going to be doing here eventually. So we'll put the lapis there for now. Go ahead and store this back. And then coal, looks like we can make a few blocks of coal as well. Just trying to keep everything full. Okay, so now we'll work on taking out these 2 rows. There we go. Okay, and we've got enough to fill up every furnace. And then once we get all this smelted, we'll go ahead and start working on the highway a little bit more, and then we'll go ahead and show it and see where we're at, kind of show off the design we're doing. It's a little gratuitous with the resources, but it's going to look nice. I anticipate we're going to be traveling back and forth between here and the town quite a bit. So we're going to have the rail system in the nether for quick traveling when we just need to go there with supplies on us to build and expand and do village work. And the highway is going to be for the llama caravan for when we're going to do a big trade to actually cash in on a lot of the good trades that we've unlocked. So for this, we'll have 18 stacks of stone, and then we'll just go ahead and fill these up right over here, I believe. Kind of ran into lava all over the place, so there's no real shortage of it. Ooh, maybe not enough, though. Look at that, plenty, actually. Oh, we lost a bucket. Oh, we did. We lost a bucket. Okay, well, we'll have to make a new bucket. Gosh, I just hate it when that happens. I had a feeling it was going to happen too as soon as I mined up some of that stone. And then because a bucket of lava burns for a stack and a half, roughly, of material, we should be able to split the cobblestone that we have remaining between the furnaces that are remaining as they continue burning once the cobblestone comes out without actually having to... Gosh, can you believe all that stone brick is empty now? Although I might use the remnants of the burning furnaces to actually smelt this iron, truth be told. All right, but we do need one more bucket as we threw a bucket into the lava. And then we'll just put that dirt back there so we don't accidentally go for a hot swim. Because we're breaking the cardinal rule and playing with lava with our golden apple not on our hotbar, which is bad, bad stuff. Okay, that's probably good for now. I think what we'll do is we'll take this out here. And let's go take a look at what we've got so far for our little highway. Now, we don't quite have the resources to light it up the way I want just yet. So I'm just making sure I haven't left any stone bricks lying around anywhere. Well, there might be some in here. Ah, there are. Look at that. And the stairs. All right, so now what we're going to need... So we're going to start making some slabs to try to stretch it out so that it lasts for more than the blocks themselves. And then I think we'll just store the stone here for now. Okay, let's go check out the highway. Although, to be fair, I probably don't need the ender chest on me for this. Ugh, just open the door. Okay, so as you can see, we've sort of built it into this structure here. And I like how it's recessed a little bit, and then it steps up to everything else. So we're going to maybe get some carpet or something to decorate it a little bit. I don't think we're going to leave it just like that. We may go into adding some chiseled stone bricks, and some cracked ones every once in a while. As you can see here, we have this nice bridge. So I wanted the bridge to actually resemble a bridge, so I went ahead and put in these little support columns and archways. We're going to need a couple more over there. And ideally, we'd get enough glowstone to light this whole thing up, but it's going to actually be quite a long little road. And for that reason, what I want to do is keep it as straight as possible when I can. And have it be just kind of a straight line. So we followed the contours of the terrain here for a bit, but then we had a couple of options. We could cut across and bridge to that island, or we could have followed the terrain and cut around. I opted we're just going to do a really long little elevated highway section here because it goes up and down over this bridge. Or, I'm sorry, it becomes a bridge up and down over this river that kind of weaves back and forth. And it actually, conveniently enough, meets up nice and flush over here with the terrain. Let's see, we're going to need some more slabs here. You can hear the spiders are pretty unhappy. Oh, I don't know when the last time I slept is. I'm going to have to look out for phantoms. But these slabs will help us stretch our stone bricks further than just the blocks themselves, so that we can afford to be a little decorative with this bridge. Of course, we're not going to leave it like this. But for now, I think a little elevated section here is good because it meets right back up with the terrain right over here. And of course, we have to have the railing because we don't want our llamas to go diving off of the edge while we're trying to lead a caravan to the village. Ooh! Oh, that startled me. Was not expected. I think we'll go ahead and take this creeper out. Of course, none of the surrounding area is really lit up either, which, ooh, look at that. It's just Monster City. Ooh. Drank the healing potion. All kinds of bad guys roaming around this area. But at this point, I think we can... What, we marry up with the terrain right about here? And then the same thing over here. We'll keep it even. And what I mean by that is we're going to go ahead and place the dirt like this. No. The dirt goes here, like this. And I think we're just going to go ahead and just box up this little water area here. We're going to end up with a lot of extra dirt because we have to dig this part out. And rather than contour up with the terrain, I think we're going to keep it straight for the time being. Although, see, because now if we go up and then it goes up again, eventually we're going to meet up with this path over here. So if you remember, this path here connects to spawn by... I think it's up there, actually. Yeah, here it is. Little cobblestone stairs. These little path markers here. Right, so if you come over this way, it actually heads right over to the spawn portal. Little detour. Wait, I want that experience, if nothing else. Okay. Yep, and there it is. There's the potion shop, the little village breeding center. Yep, that's the spawn right there. And we're going to connect... I don't think we're going to tie into this little stair system here. We're going to leave that as it is, but we are going to at least meet up with this with our highway. So let's see. I think the best bet is to just stay straight again and sort of tunnel through until we get to here, and then what we'll do is we'll turn and take this bridge. Yep, we'll take this bridge in this direction. And then because, oh yeah, you can see on the green arrow there on our map that Snakes has set up a new home over there towards the village. And the highway is going to weave over to the mouth of the bay where it's narrowest and then kind of bridge across and then cut through and probably even go through the dark forest. So this is almost the halfway point. Not quite. Got a good bit to go. But with any luck, it won't take us too awful long, and we'll have the resources to make it all the way, or at least the majority of the way. And then, of course, if we run out of resources, we might just go over to the village and start working on getting the traders set up the way that we want them set up, because we're not going to be able to do a full caravan trip until that is the case anyways. So we need both things. It's not exactly cut and dry as to which one we should do first, because we're going to need both a clear path to drag all of our llamas, and then, of course, traders worth dragging llamas too. We don't really have either yet, and we need both. So I'm going to put a little more time into this highway. and then bring you back once we have maybe a bridge to work on or something. We're going to have to figure out something to do with this water here, unless we want to stair step up. I think we will. It's all kind of a work in progress that I'm figuring out as I do it. Right, so when we stair step up, it's going to be like that, just like that. And then we can just sort of put the highway right over top of the water. Just like that. Okay, so yeah, let me get to work and make some more progress. We might not get the whole thing prettied up, but we are going to at least get ourselves over there to the village. Okay. I'll put some work in. All right, so we're getting the underside squared away here. This is actually quite a massive undertaking to get it looking nice. Now, we haven't done the archways here, and I likely will at some point. I'm hesitant to leave too many details unfinished, because certain projects you're very likely to go back and polish up, and then other ones, once they're functional, it's very tempting just to leave them be. And I'm afraid that if I leave this one at a functional state, I won't come back and make it look pretty. We might do the archways underneath every bracing, but for now we're going to continue the road forward. Right after we hit this bling zombie here. There you go. Alright, so we've got the pieces we need to continue. And I think what we'll do, because this is too much of an undertaking, too much of a project to try and accomplish all in one video, it's just going to take too much time. So I think we'll do half of it now, and then we'll work on maybe the minecart system in the Nether next episode, and then I can take my time and sort of continue to work on this. We're likely going to have to cut through this hill here. Now we could cut our angle now. In fact, if we do that, it won't be such a sharp turn. So I think that's the better option. So then we'll use this opportunity to show a little bit of the placing of the highway and how we're going to handle a turn, which we've already done one, but so realistically, we're just going to zigzag it and get an idea for what this looks like here. That's not quite zigzag. Like that. Oh, you're asking for it. You're asking for it. If I didn't want to fill up my inventory, or if I didn't mind filling up my inventory rather, you would get it. All right, this is going to be a perfect spot for a bridge here. So let's just merge it right over this way. So this will give us a place to start. And then we can work on making it match here in a little bit. This piece doesn't go here. All right, so we want the stairs to sort of flush it up with the terrain there. So we're going to need another one, and then, you know, I think we'll go ahead and do it just like this as well here, which will give us one more little step for our stairs. And then this side over here is going to have already departed the terrain. Would be nice if it was equal, but you got to be careful trying to do things too symmetrical. It starts to look really unnatural. So I think if we, and I mean, and it's a bridge. I mean, obviously it's supposed to look unnatural, but we don't want it. See, if I try to build this up a little more, it's just going to be like a giant cliff. I think we're going to leave that as it is. We're going to actually take down this little post here because we won't need it. Because this whole area is going to be lit up and very difficult to miss from now on. And then we'll maybe do a sort of transition for the... Do I want to build in an intersection? Because we sort of want to show where the spawn path will meet up with this. Because then you can effectively also use this highway as a fast travel to spawn. Which is also handy, in case you don't feel like taking the nether. And that's important for a lot of reasons. There are certain things you really can't take through the nether easily, such as animals. I mean, you can. It's just not an easy thing to do. All right, let's get some lights on this situation here. Probably don't need the torches that close together. I'm not really measuring them out. The torches are temporary. Ideally, we'd have nice glowstone lights along this whole thing. We just don't have the glowstone to make that happen yet. Looks like we've got cobblestone and such to tear up. So we're just going to have to dig up this whole little dirt mound here. Should have brought one of my diamond efficiency shovels. This is the first time, it should be said, this is the first time I've really committed this much time and energy and resources into a road. So I'm very much kind of learning what I like and don't like about it as I do it. But I think it's going to be important for anyone that wants an easy trip to the village. Plus, it gives us something to do with all that stone, although we're rapidly consuming it all. Oh, I know phantoms are going to show up. Okay. So if we bend the road, sort of makes an angled cut. See, what I don't want to do is I don't want to have stairs on an angle. Because we're going to already have the road at an angle to make this turn. And I don't want to put stairs to bring it down. So let's see what we would have to do to get... Oh, see, it's perfectly flush already. That's... It's serendipitous, for sure. Serendipitous? You know, I don't think that's a word. If I was playing Scrabble, I might challenge that word. It's Kismet. There you go. We're going to need ourselves a shovel, and then we'll make some extra torches. Voila. So look at that. It meets up with it perfectly. So now all we have to do is get the dirt filled in up to this point. Which is great because we have to move the dirt mountain right over here. We're going to have to move this out of the way. So it all evens out. And it makes it so that we'll have the resources we need just through moving this area over to what we need it to be. And then we can go ahead and start planning the route. So I probably want this to come out in front of it by 1. Three, and then 1, 2, 3, 3. And what we don't want is we don't want the road to feel narrower. But it's important to know the inner turn has to, so the inner block has to start turning 1 block ahead of the outer one, and then you kind of have to continue that on the other side. And that is that the inner is going to have to extend 1 on the other side because it becomes the outer and vice versa. They swap positions. And if that's a little unclear, I think we'll just carry the path over and make it clear, hopefully. We don't have to move all of this yet. We'll just get it out of our way so that we can see what we're talking about here. So let's explain it. So you can see that, oh, hello. Oh yeah, we're going to have spawns coming out of there for sure. All right, so you can see the block on the inside of this turn, it actually cuts over to the left and starts performing its zigzag 1 block ahead of this one. This one goes straight, and then it begins its zigzag. So we're trying to keep it the same dimensions despite the turn. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you can see we have our zigzag pattern. We shaved away a few extra blocks. That's okay though. All right, I think at this point what we need to do is extend this out over in this direction. I see you, creeper. If I was smart, I would bring a bed to sleep in. But I'd like to conflate foolishness for bravery and just say that I'm just brave and I don't mind building at night. As long as the phantoms don't show up, I think we'll be okay. But I am going to take a little detour over here and get this person off the screen. There you go. Get out of here. We're going to hit level 30 again, and I've just been using my extra levels to enchant pickaxes and swords over and over again for extras. Anything with unbreaking, looting, fortune. I'll just bring this over. That's sort of not it. Okay, so now we can talk a little bit about what specifically I mean with the turn. So you can see again, we've got the outside extending one. I don't think this is going to look right. We can start to put our stairs down, and then maybe we'll get a better view of it. Right. Then this way, then this way. This way. Okay, I remember now. It's a little bit of a dance. Oh! And as you can see, it's coming together rather nice, actually. Making this neat little zigzag pattern. Let's figure out where we left our crafting table, though. I know that I had one. Must have left it on the highway. But look how nice it is. Nice and lit up. Nice and safe. When you're going to be bringing lots of llamas full of goodies, you don't want to take any chances. So we've got the immediate area below lit up. The support pillars are obviously for decoration. We could have done a different design that would have used torches. There we go. But ultimately, I mean, I just like the way glowstone looks. Plus, it's so nice and bright. Look at that. The sun rising right over the highway. Plus, with something like this, it stands out from far away. It's hard to miss. If you see it, you can instantly orient yourself in case you didn't bring a map. It's going to be one of those all roads lead to Rome sort of situations. Where hopefully this major highway... Yep. There. Will be well traveled and it'll be easy to build off of. That's what I hope. Bridge onto. There we go. We can just do the same thing here. And we wasted a couple of stairs. That's okay. Oh, no, it's not. I can't live with myself. No, not like that. All right. It looks like it might not be wide enough, but let's see what it looks like when we continue this pattern here. So we won't have to make the whole mountain go away. That actually looks good. I like that. I don't like this overhang here. It's just begging for something to get up here and drop down on you when you least expect it. So we're going to make this go away. And I would like to have it a little softer than just a steep. Like I would like the blocks adjacent to the road to be flat. Yeah, like that. And then maybe make it look a little bit more like a hill. Like this. Oh yeah. No, that's good because then we can do torches and keep the aesthetic of the road. And then here we're going to have the ability to jump up. See, we're actually doing a little bit of terraforming at the same time as doing this because we're trying to make it, again, I don't want it to look too controlled, where it's just a big flat wall of dirt. But at the same time, I do want it to look like it was intentionally terraformed, where we've sort of built this little stair step design. I mean, it'll grow up with grass. And this over here can be filled in. We're sort of swimming in dirt anyways. There, that's not bad. I might level that out, although it does look okay with the trees in it. Alright, so then all we have to do, we're just going to finish this section here. And then do our little dance. Do, si, do. And you should merge... Oh, no. Merge them both. Oh, you're going to do this to me? You're going to do this to me. So apparently, in order to get this shaping the way we want, you have to do-si-do in one direction. You got to keep it going in one direction. And not go too fast. There we go. Yes, and yes. Wonderful. Okay. Now all we have to do is give ourselves a nice even terrain here. We'll put a torch. We don't have to fill that in. That's not necessary. There we go. There we go. And as you can see, that gives you a little bit of an idea of the kind of time we're sinking into this process. It is not an endeavor that I take lightly, but it is one that's going to look really nice when it's done and provide a clear-cut path for anybody lost, but also for anybody looking to take a horse or llamas or any sort of livestock to the village. There's a crafting table. I think at some point, probably at the halfway point, we'll do like a little outpost, a place to stop and take a break. But that's where we're going to wrap up this episode. Next episode, I think we'll focus on the minecart trail side of things in order to take a break from this while still giving me time to work on it off camera. But for now, this has been Minecraft episode 14. Thank you so much for playing or joining me. I hope you've had a good time watching, because as always, I've had a good time playing. Just remember, if you have had a good time watching, do me a favor and hit that like button. Also, if you want to see my videos as soon as they come out, you should consider subscribing and ringing the bell. But until next time, take care.